The 2024 election is now just 33 days away, with early voting set to begin in less than 2 weeks now. So what do you need to know before casting your vote? Joining me in studio this morning is Kansas Secretary of State Scott Schwab to answer that question for you. Scott, thank you for being here.
No, honored to be here. Thank you so much.
He's wearing his Jayhawk shoes.
Yes,
You probably can't see them, so we love that here in Cakeland.
So I'm a Fort Hays State grad, but I put my wife through med school, so there's a lot of money at KU for my house, so I love, and Fort Hays State doesn't have cool shoes. So.
Yeah, that's all right, but we love to see that. Love that you're here, making a stop in Wichita to talk to us. Election coming up. Any changes this year we should know about?
No major changes, and we've been pretty deliberate about making sure that there were no major changes, especially we don't want to affect voters in a way that, you voted one way, you didn't. Sedgwick County did add several new polling places, which has been way overdue. I appreciate the County Commission for doing that, but you need to make sure you have a plan when you go vote, because your voting place may have changed because there's new places, but less wait times. Yes,
it's been nice. It's been nice that they added those places. Even in the primary, they were open, so that certainly helped out a lot of people here in Cakeland. Something that's been a really big topic lately, especially you've been vocal about, is mail-in ballots and the post office. So what do you want people to know, I guess, as we head towards the general election, just about even absentee voting and mailing in those things?
And I hate to be the screaming child to get the attention of the post office, but, like in Braveheart, I had to pick a fight.
Yeah.
They have not been delivering ballots. They have not been postmarking ballots. And the only thing they've been delivering on is excuses, which is beyond frustrating. And so we've had a call with the Postmaster General. I will have a one-on-one call with him next week. So hopefully we can work on some of these things, these issues. But voters need to know. We have our website is, VoteKansas.gov. If it doesn't say .gov, it's not us. But check that website to see if you're mailing your ballot back to make sure it got received. You can still vote if you're physically capable to vote on Election Day, and you'll get a provisional ballot. But use the drop box. Keep it in the state, because most mail leaves the state.
And you said your call is when with the Postmaster
Sometime
General?
next week. We're trying to narrow down a date and time, but we have to get these issues addressed. We have people who mail their ballots in 2 weeks before Election Day, and they show up a week late.
Yeah.
And that's just not acceptable.
Okay, so your recommendation is to just go drop it off if you can.
Yes.
And I guess we'll be on standby for whatever comes from that meeting. Hopefully good news.
Well, hopefully really good news, because there needs to be increasing accountability from the post office.
Okay, great. You mentioned quick there that you guys are .gov, so I want to bring up lots going on with artificial intelligence, even places internationally that are kind of interfering with our election. Are you worried about that here in Kansas?
So we're monitoring. It is such new technology that bad players, I really think, aren't sure how to use it in elections yet, although they use it in campaigns. I'm more concerned in 2 years and 4 years from now when they've deployed it in other ways that affected the state more. So this year we haven't seen much of it. If it's a AI-generated campaign video, that really doesn't affect us because we're more on the administrative side, not the campaign side. But if it's an AI phone call or an AI video of me saying, hey, due to high voter turnout, you can vote Wednesday too, which would be completely false, those are the things that we're a little bit more concerned with.
Okay, have you seen any of those things yet?
Not in the United States. Okay. We have seen some in foreign countries, and obviously during Super Tuesday there was a phone call, an AI phone call out Biden saying you don't have to vote. And those are the things we're keeping our eye on and working closely with CISA and Homeland Security.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's just a scary time with all these new things.
It's a new world.
Yeah, hard to vet it, so good to keep our eye on that. Kind of on topic with this and the security of polling, going to polling locations as well as the machines. You have said before that you think the system is safe. What's keeping it safe in Kansas?
A couple things. One, technology keeps things safe. Whether it's your home, your Ring doorbell, technology. It always tells me, it's like, well, let's go to hand counting. Well, I don't trust that 78-year-old person at 12 o'clock at night to hand count. I trust a calculator. And so when you bring in the human element and the technology element, it increases security. And we passed a law, even though it wasn't a concern before, but just to add another layer saying, this equipment cannot be connected to the internet. And so a calculator is more accurate than me writing it down on a piece of paper.
Okay, great. Any concerns that people have as they're heading into the election? Where should they go, especially concerns over their polling location, mail-in ballots, all of that sorts of things? Where can they go to I guess, express those concerns.
Yeah, so you can go to VoteKansas.gov. There's a conduit there, and you can reach out to your local election official. Laura here in Sedgwick County is doing a fantastic job. Her staff has been very responsive. And again, I thank the county. They've increased funding to expand the staff. And your local officials are always the best ones to go to. I know folks want to come to me, but really every county does something a little bit different because they have the right to do it within their constraints and their budget constraints. And those local folks are so good, and they are your neighbors.
Yeah.
They're your neighbors. I get it. I work in Topeka. I live in Overland Park. Your neighbors are the ones who really want to help you and have your interests best at heart.
Okay, incredible. Yeah, Laura Rainwater is fantastic. She's super helpful. We have her on the show countless times talking about election things. So, but you're also great. Thank you for being here and taking the time out. Super important. Anything else you want to tell voters?
Voter registration deadline is the 15th.
Yes.
Name change, address change. If you're going to be 18 by election day, just go ahead and register. The other thing that people don't think of is if your signature has changed because of a stroke or something, just go ahead and re-register so those signatures match.
Okay, interesting. Good to know. Well, yeah, we have all the information on how you can register to vote. Again, that deadline, October 15th. You see when advance voting begins. And you can also see this interview with Kansas Secretary of State Scott Schwab on our website, KAKE.com/guests.